Okay guys, a little update. I did a overheating test with the S12. My last video, you can go see it, but basically I did the 5.9K outside, 60 frames per second for 46 minutes. It was like 50 minutes when I ended up shutting it off. Overheating light was on, but it still did not overheat on me, and the battery is gonna die shortly, so I just shut it off. But inside, 6K 30, inside, no overheating. I went 1 hour and 20 minutes and the battery was blinking red. It was about to shut off. No overheating light. It was around 76 degrees, 77 degrees in the house. 4K, I did 4K. You can do 4K 24. No overheating. So you're not gonna have a problem with that. Guys, there's an amazing feature on the S12 that the Lumix has that none of the other cameras have, that I've never taken advantage before. And I'm gonna tell you what it is right now. It's the SSD recording. And you think, because I was like, you know, that's stupid. I wanna use the card that's in it. I thought, you know, the card's in it, I already got cards, it's no big deal. But I got a 2 terabyte extreme SanDisk. It was like $100 on Amazon, okay? So think about that, a 2 terabyte for $100. You know, if CF Express B card costs that for $512. All right. Now I'm gonna put up on the screen. It shows 14 hours, and I already have a video on this. 14 hours, 15 hours of record time on an SSD. Get this, with the SSD, you can record not only way longer, but it's so much faster. You know, it was transferring like 800 and almost 900 megabytes per second. You know, even the CF Express card was half that. SSD card was slow as a bug in a rug. And if you go through the camera, you know, you plug the cord into the camera and do it, you're talking single or double digits, you know, for when I was doing it. Or you might get lucky and get a couple hundred megabytes. But you're talking about 4 times faster transfer speeds. And the biggest thing about it, you can edit right on the SSD. Right? So you don't have to, remember, right? Because you got to get it, you transfer it over to your computer from the card. And then, you know, you got to wait for that to happen. I got the SSD, guys, not only can you fit more on it, you don't have to format it every time. But it's way faster. And, which means you can edit it right on the drive, the SSD drive. So as you're editing, you can edit it with no slowdowns on the SSD drive. And when you do that, that makes your workflow faster than if you used an SD card. Now listen, I'm just telling you, I was against it at first, but I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, because I'm like, I don't know if I want it, bulky, up there, extra thing. But listen, if you're gonna record something long, like people say, I'm gonna do an 1.5-hour interview. Okay, and they say, but I wanna use, you know, dual recording in the battery. Well, chances are the battery's gonna die. So what are you gonna do? Stop the interview halfway through and replace the battery? No, you're not. What you're gonna do is you're gonna plug it into AV mount. All right, guys, this is my setup here. You can see I've got the SSD attached, screen pulled out, the V-mount battery on the back. Microphone on top. And the cable runs up into the V-mount battery, right into the bottom here. Look at that. Look at that recording time, guys. I already have stuff on this. 15 hours at 5.1K open gate, 60 frames per second. 14 hours on that SSD. That's awesome. That's all I'm saying, is that's awesome. So if you're gonna have a V-mount battery anyways, you already got power there, right? You can power your camera with the dummy battery. You can have, I mean, if you're gonna use it for a long take, if you're using it for YouTube, just use the battery. It's not gonna overheat on you guys, I'm telling you. You're not gonna use this in general use for 20 minutes, half hour, 40-minute takes inside, and it's not gonna overheat on you guys. It's not. Oh, I mean, okay, it might, if you live in a sauna or if it's 100 degrees. But if you're, you know, I was 77 degrees, it wasn't overheating. No problems, guys. The fan wasn't even going on all the way. But anyway, and I'm not saying it will never overheat on you. But I'm saying if you're going to use this. If you know you're going to use this for like interviews or weddings for longer than the battery's going to last, you got to shut the camera down, what a pain in the butt that is anyways, but you're not going to do that. Chances are you're going to use like a V-mount or a battery pack or something. So you get the V-mount, right, the battery, you know, 2 USB ports, one going to the dummy battery, and you have an extra one if you want to power, if you need to power the microphone or whatever. Let's say you're running out of juice or whatever. Or you could plug it right into the USB-C in the camera. But if you use a dummy battery, it does reduce the heat. So if you reduce the heat and you're taking the heat from the CF Express B out onto the SSD, then you're that much better off. And if we're just comparing 4K 30, right, and 4K 24, that's not going to overheat. My ZVE 1, which I love, you know, my ZVE 1 here, it will overheat, okay? But it's a great camera. And I didn't think I like it because it would, but it overheats way faster than this ever will. But you say expect that because this camera is more money, right? But this camera won't overheat at 4K 30, okay? So you can do 4K 24 on this and it won't overheat. This will, okay? But it doesn't make it a bad camera. All these cameras are good. It's what you're gonna use it for. It's a tool. Now, I'm not pushing Lumix. I'm going by, it's a good camera, just like the ZVE1, just like the Canon R8. I mean, whatever, they're all good. The S1, the S9, but you can't say, oh, you know, this thing's overheating at 6K 60 open gate when, and you say, oh, I'm gonna get the FX2, which is $300 cheaper, which I got this at the same price as the FX2, so at the same price. But anyway, 4K 30 or 4K 24 or whatever, if that's what you shoot in anyways, it's not gonna overheat. Okay, so, because it's got a fan enough to cool that. But the FX2 can't do open gate. It can't do 5K. It can't do 6K. It can't do recording to SSD. It can't do a lot of these other features and stuff. So a lot of them I'm not even going to use, right? But even the things like, I'm not real big into photography, but man, I could take like a 96 megapixel, and that works good, a 96 megapixel photo, and it does all the work in camera on this. None of the other ones do that. Like if you're doing landscape, you get a 96 megapixel photo out of this. It takes like, I don't know, 10 pictures, and it puts them all together, and it makes it 96 megapixels type thing. I don't know, it works good. I've tried it out. If I got an example, I'll put it up. All right, guys, as you can see here, this is the 96 megapixel. This is the 96 megapixel, a little more close up. And it looks amazing, okay? But we're gonna go and look at the regular 24 megapixel here. Okay, this is from afar. You can't really tell too much yet. But we're zooming in here. This is zooming in like, I don't know, 800%. It's crazy. Okay, so now you can tell. Look at that. Look at the numbers, the 400, the 300, the 200. It's really washed out. So now let's check this out. Split screen, guys. Boom. Look at that, guys. Now, understand this is like 1200%, but it just shows you how much more crisp. Like if you're doing landscape photography or something like that, man, that is crazy. It's like using a full format. And it does it all in camera. No other camera I know does this in camera. You got to go into the software program. You got to combine it. You got to play around. This is like, boom. Within a few seconds, you got your photo file. So, but look at the difference, guys. I mean, isn't that not insane? The left is the 96, obviously. The right is the regular 24. But, I mean, yeah, you're not going to use it all the time. But if you need a crisp shot of like a nightscape or a landscape of things that aren't moving a lot, they even have a handheld mode, which works good. But this is amazing. I love it. But if you're going to compare apples to apples, well, this ain't going to overheat what the frame rates you're going to get out of the FX2. This won't overheat on anyways either. Okay, it's only when you go into the heavy ones and you're pushing it that you might get some overheating. Like me, I'm not going to have it. But if you're going to do those long takes, then if you got to get a cinema camera, then go for it, right? And all you're going to do is 4K 24, 4K 30. Anyway, you won't have a problem with this one anyway. But you'll have all those other options for other content creation. That's the way I'm looking at it. For you, it might be different. But I'm not pushing you one way or the other. I'm just saying, if you can get all these extra features, like let's say you're buying a car, right? Let's say you're getting a car, whatever it is, Ford Edge, whatever, and you have an option. Now, normally, when you get all these extra options, it's going to cost way more. I mean, you're talking thousands of dollars more for, you get a $20,000 car base, 25, 26,000 with the extras on it, all right? Now, if you get them for the same price, would you not get the extras? Well, I got it for the same price, so I got the extras, right? It just has extra features. In the Canon R5, it's $500 or $800, whatever, more than this one, and that one overheats faster than this thing. Right? Even when you got the fan thing on it, it still overheats. Well, why is nobody talking about that? Because they usually use that for photography, probably. Because they're not using that as a cinema camera. Because if you did, you'd get mad at it. Because if you got to pay $4,000 for a Canon, and it's overheating, and faster than this even, which it doesn't do open gate. It doesn't have all those extra features either. I'm just saying. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it. And that's why I purchased it, because I weighed the options on it. Like, what am I giving anything up? And because I don't want a camera that's going to overheat quick, because I got enough of those, right? They're good cameras. They work fine. R8's great. It'll overheat on you if you push it. But if you're using it for normal use, it probably won't. But it's way bigger chance of that overheating than this, obviously. And I heard another guy talking about over sharpening, that it's better than the S1II was for over sharpening, and it's gotten closer to like the S1H type, more, I guess, cinematic, right? And well, that's the good thing about the ZV-E1, right? It's a 12 megapixel, so it's not going to be sharp. So that's fine, and that's what people like anyway. And if that's your like, that's great. However, you can unsharpen it in post. I mean, everyone's talking about lenses. Everyone who does lenses reviews, oh, it's tack sharp. Everyone cares. Oh, is it sharp? Is it sharp? What good is a sharp lens if the camera's not sharp, right? I mean, think about that. Like everyone, it's like, oh, I want the sharpest lens possible on one hand, right? I want the sharpest lens I can get possible. I want the sharpest lens I can get possible. But I want a camera that's not sharp. That doesn't make sense. I want a sharp lens and a sharp camera to a reasonable degree. And if I want to make it less sharp, then I can do that. I can do that in post. It's not hard. You just de-sharpen it a little bit. I mean, that's just my take, guys. I mean, you're going to pay extra for a super expensive lens that's super sharp and put it on a camera that's not going to get sharp anyway. I mean, not everybody thinks like that, but if you're not going to buy a camera because the camera's sharp, I don't know. For me, I don't know, that's just me. I'm just saying. So that thing is not. I think it looks good. I don't know. You're looking at it right now, and I'm actually experimenting with the different LUTs. This is Film Like V2 because they got the real-time LUTs. So I can download it right on my phone, boom, right on the camera, and I can experiment with all kinds of different colors and tones and different creators' creations and stuff, and it's kind of fun. That way, I don't like color grading. I don't like editing. I like to keep the workflow kind of simple. Another solution I provided, everyone's talking about these, these little fans you can put on them. These little Ulanzi fans or whatever you can put on them. If you'd like, you can use those. And that's fine. I mean, it works fine for my ZV-E1. I mean, I don't even need it though. My ZV-E1 doesn't even overheat on me. I mean, it's gotten hot. I've gotten the warning before, but this is never in use. But I haven't had it that long, okay? So, but for my testing that I've done, I'm not going to push it that hard in the sun, 6K 60 open gate for an hour like I did on my testing. I'm not going to do that. And it still didn't overheat on me to the point it shut off. But anyway, there's this option too. You see this little fan, it's got a clamp on it. It clamps, like if you're going to do an interview, is it that hard to, they come with USB, they come even smaller. Guys, you can get little teeny fans, just airflow. You just blow it over it. They can be really silent. They can be really quiet. And you can, if you absolutely want to do 6K recording on both cards, you plug this bad boy in, it ain't gonna overheat on you guys. I had the ZVE one running 4K 60, hardcore all the way, and it with a little fan on it, like this. Not even close. Not even close to overheating. Kept it relatively cool. Wouldn't overheat. I could do 4K 120 on that thing with one of these on there, and it won't overheat. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying it's an excuse. Like, I would love it if the fan structure in there was big enough so it wouldn't absolutely overheat on anything, no matter what you did. That's kind of like what the S12 is. You know, I mean, that thing's a workhorse, and they got it right with that one. But I like the extra features on this. I do like the SSD recording. You can get that on the S12X too. But I like recording in 60 frames per second, and that's what I'm doing now. This is open gate, 60 frames per second on the S1II. Shooting with a 50 millimeter 1.8 at 1.8, using the film like V2. And there you go. I kind of like 60 frames per second. Everyone's shooting 30 or 24. I'm like, oh, I'll shoot 60. Why? Because I can. And you know what? It ain't overheating on me. And you know what? This is open gate. And you know what? I can take this SSD right off. And I can walk right over there. And I can plug it in my computer just as is and edit it right on the drive without even have to transfer it. I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Right? Because I don't like to, you don't want to edit them off the SD card or the CFX Express card. Right? I can edit it right on the SSD, and you can fit multiple videos on here, guys. You can get a lot on here. Like my 512, I'd get like this open gate 60, it'd be like 3 hours, but I'm getting like 15, 16 hours on this SSD. So, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? And it's faster. It's cheaper, faster, less heat. But the SSD recording is totally underrated, guys. It's totally underrated. And again, guys, I'm not saying that this is the best camera, perfect camera for everyone. There's no other better camera. I mean, if all you need is 4K 30 open gate, or 6K 30 open gate, 6K 24 open gate, and you don't care about all the extra features, SSD, just get an S12. Like, I think that's the best bang for your dollar right now, or the S12X, and you can still do the SSD recording, right? It's the processor's a little slower in it, but it'll still do most 90% of what this will do, except for the higher end recording options. You know, it doesn't have the double tilt screen, it just has the normal one, which is fine. I mean, the S12X is a great camera. All of them are good cameras, right? I'd prefer the S12X over A7IV and all that, unless you're into photography, then I'd get the A7IV. But one thing I do like about the S12 is, of course, the mode dials. All right, so there's the dial, SNQ, video and photo switch. There's the lock button. And there's all the custom buttons, the PASM dial. Every one of those buttons, man, it's got the white balance ISO. It's just a good setup. I like it. But it really helps having that dial, because then you can have custom modes, 5 custom modes for each one. With that, the custom 1 through 5. So it's cool. Okay, so I'm leaving it recording. As you can see, it's gone 23 minutes. And of course, there's no overheating. 76 degrees in here right now. 76.6. So you got this little guy, which looks a lot bigger than it is. I mean, so you got this little guy. You just unplug that. You walk over to your computer. And you plug it in right there. Just plug it in and you're good to go. That's it. That's all you got to do. You walk from where you're going and you stick it right back up there, and you got this little clampy thing. It just clamps, just unclamps. That's it. You just go bloop and you pull it up. Unplug it, plug it in over there, and you're good to go. I mean, that's all there is to it, guys. I mean, it looks a lot bigger than it is, but like, look at my finger, right? Right? It's the size of my finger. Right? I mean, look at that. It's like not as big as you'd think it is. I was thinking it's a bigger one, but it's not. They're small. And you get this little thing cost me 20 bucks. Okay, so if you hit a button now, you'll see, oh, lock lever. Your ISO could still work, but you have to hit the button for that, right? So that's a little different. But if you try to hit the different buttons, lock lever, right? So you don't screw your settings up, guys. I mean, you can change some basic things, but it prevents you from really screwing your, so your 180, like your shutter angle, that's at 180, right? Because it keeps your shutter speed where it needs to be. So, right, I can't adjust it because of lock lever. That way you don't screw things up, right? And when you try to touch the screen, because you know how easy it is to touch the screen, and you're like, oh no, focus thing, I gotta hit the button. But you don't have to do that now because the lock lever, right? It protects it. You accidentally hit the screen, like, oh man, you're vlogging or whatever. Oh, well, look at that, lock lever on. It protects it, so that's cool. It's a cool feature. All right, guys, now I switched it over to the Vlog, where it just kind of flips it right over into Vlog, Rec 709 or whatever, straight out of Panasonic's camera there, the Vlog. Just kind of switching it up, still at 60 frames a second. I did not shut the camera off. That's another amazing thing about this camera, okay? You can switch profiles. Check this out. You can switch profiles on the fly. I love this. Look at that. That way you can see it while you're recording and change it. You don't have to stop it, go through it, right? It saves an extra step. There's these little things that Lumix thinks of that's cool. And I'm not saying they're perfect, right? This is nature skin. This is kind of weird. It's a little overexposed. But anyway, realistic cinetone, right? So we got realistic cinetone. I could probably drop this down in ISO a little bit, but you get what I'm saying, right? You got film tone. This is the one I was filming in, Film like V2. Bollywood. This is Bollywood. You know what I'm saying? You can just download it. You can get for like the 30, 35, whatever. Different LUTs on here. You can experiment and have fun and play. And that's just kind of cool. I don't like color grading. I don't want to go through the process of going through. I like put a real-time LUT on there and then just edit a little bit that I like. Apocalypse 17. Ooh, fun to get all blue. Life photo. Warm film. Die Hard 2. This is Donnell. It's kind of like a reddish tone type thing. But anyway, I'm going to go back to 709. See how if I like that one. Okay, guys, back to the Rec 709. We will see what this looks like in post, see which one I like better. But anyway, SSDs, totally underrated, I think. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but I do. If you're going to set it up for a main YouTube studio and you're not going to move it much anyway, you just put a little V-mount battery on there, you set it up like this, and boom. I mean, you don't need to do that, honestly. You can just record on the battery, and the SSD goes right into the camera, and you're fine if you're going to go under an hour recording, and it's not going to overheat pretty much anything you shoot. Because as I just showed you, we're still going. We'll keep going, and I'll check back, and at the end of this video, I'll let you know how long it went. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about this camera, and who cares about any camera? They're all good. Okay, I'm not telling you to go buy this camera. Just get that straight right now. This isn't, hey, buy a Lumix S1II. I'm not saying that. Wait 6 months. You're right. Wait till this thing gets down to about 27 used, 26 used, and it's a no-brainer because the Sonys are still going to be at 27. Right? They're going to go on sale in 6 months. That Sony FX2 is not going to be $2,000. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that they're not going to drop $400 or $500. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm not saying go out and buy it. I mean, S5II is a great camera. S5IIX is a great camera. R8, S9, CVE1, whatever you need. But if you want a long-term interviews, things like that, power horse, I said S5II's best bang for your dollar. Because, or S5IIX, if you want to do the SSD recording that I'm doing now. And that's awesome. I'm not going to say game changer, but it is cool. I like it. I think I'm going to use this from now on for in the studio. Out and about, I'll just use my SCF Express because I'm not going to go 2 hours in a row anyway. But anyway, this is the way I'm using it, just to kind of give you an idea. So my use case, it works perfect. But for yours, it may not. We're over an hour and 20 minutes, guys, and we are still rolling. Still rolling. All right, guys, I'm calling it. It's an hour and 40 minutes. As you can see, there is no heat warning. Still, 60 frames a second. Nothing's changed. Calling it, guys. That's good enough for me. Hour and 40 minutes. It's good. Good to go.